You just came from LA where you attended Shad Gaspard's funeral. I believe you were the head coach in Ohio Valley Wrestling when he was training there. It's a terrible situation. Is there any memories you could share with us about Shad?
Um, yeah, I met Shad when he tried out for Tough Enough 2, and he actually had made it onto the show, but there was some confusion. And when it came to his physical, something, I think it was, they thought he had hepatitis or something, tested positive for that. And then when they went back after we had already cast the show, they found out that the physical was wrong. There was a mistake. And, but at that point, MTV had decided they had already moved too far forward and they couldn't go back and give Shad the opportunity. And then I reconnected with Shad here in OVW years later when WWE sent me down here to run the developmental program. And you know, Shad was an awesome, amazing individual that at times, could be as frustrating as hell and made me want to choke him until he shit his pants. And at other times, you just wanted to hug him and, you know, um, just grab him and squeeze him. And because, that's the case with all of them, though, really. It's just they can be very frustrating to deal with. But at the same time, you care about them and you want to see them do well. And, you know, it puts you in a very interesting position because you've got to drive them and push them and have them almost hate you. But at the same time, if you don't, then, you don't care enough about them and don't care if they succeed. And most of the time when people are with me, they usually end up hating me. So
Now, for Shad, it seems like he probably could have had another good run left in him. He still looked great, even at the time of his death. Do you think that was a matter of him just not wanting to keep at it, or was there something else at play there?
well, I definitely think that, both Shad and JTG could have definitely had another run. I mean, that concept, that idea that once you get released from WWE, that's it. Like you're pushed off a cliff and you're gone is ridiculous. I mean, it's, especially if you use that time correctly um, while you're there on that platform. One, you can always return. You can always go back. Two, you can always go to other platforms, especially with AEW opening up and Ring of Honor is still doing, running and Impact Wrestling. There are definitely opportunities that, I think would have came up for both of them at some point down the road. I just think that at the time Shad was directing his focus more out there in Hollywood to his acting and his writing and things like that. I think he was really trying to push for that. And I think probably part of that motivation was his son. It's hard to have a family and to be on the road. It's not impossible. In any way, shape, or form is it impossible, but it takes a lot more work and it takes a lot more sacrifice. And you've got to raise your children to understand that, you don't live the typical type of life that their friends do, their friends' family do.
Collar and Elbow is your t-shirt company. I think you have a Shad Gaspard shirt, but could you fill
Yeah.
us in on all that?
Yeah. The Shad Gaspard shirt is the memorial shirt. 100% of the funds go to the Gaspard family. Went to the service, spoke to the sister. They're taking all of the money from the GoFundMe and from that, and from Pro Wrestling Tees has got a shirt as well. I encourage people to buy the shirts wherever they can get them. And all that money will go to in an annuity for Araya, Shad's son, and he won't be able to touch it until he's 21. He's 10 now, so it won't replace Shad, that's for sure, and it won't replace the husband or the father. But it's at least something that we can do for for the family. And go to collarandelbowbrand.com. You can get the shirt.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Support us on patreon.com for $1.99 a month to watch our full shoot interviews ad-free and help our channel grow. Follow us on Twitter at the Hannibal TV for instant updates.